Hi, welcome to Homeschool Personal Finance. This session is on buy now, pay later, which also may be called point of sale loans. It's a microloan tied to a specific purchase. Now, what this is not a deferred interest program like 60 months interest free or 90 days same as cash. Those concepts have been around a long time, but this is a new disruptive technology that's just been invented in the last few years, and I've only become familiar with it recently because it's kind of gone into my orbit in my own activities. So in this session, I'm going to introduce the concept, give some real life examples from what I've encountered in the last few weeks, explain how it works, although it's constantly changing because it's a new industry, and also share some of the risks and concerns that you should be aware of. Okay, I stumbled on this recently. The first time I saw it was actually maybe a few months ago, and I rented a car while on a trip. I saw this on my statement, and in the list of the transactions, I had a few transactions that were over $100, and they had this little line on it, pay with my Chase plan. Of course, this immediately caught my attention, so I clicked on it to see what it was saying, and it showed me that I could extend this small purchase of $153 over 3 payments, 6 payments, or 9 payments. And of course, I scratched my head thinking, why would they do this? Because it says it's no interest, but there is a small monthly fee, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So then last week I was watching Amazon Prime, and I saw a commercial in the midst of my show, and it was about Zip Pay, and it showed this woman dancing around the screen and how awesome it would be because she could spread this one purchase over 4 payments, interest free. And of course you can imagine that caught my attention right away, so I looked into it. And then last week I taught this class live in the classroom. The very next day I was in my T-Mobile phone app and I saw this ad, which didn't mean anything to me except that I said, what is Klarna? I've never heard of that company before. And lo and behold, it's a buy now, pay later company, just like all of these. Now, this is 6 of many companies. Lots of companies are jumping into this market hoping to make money. So let's give an example of Zip Pay that I looked into and how this works. And there's a couple different ways they work. You can do point of sale, actually go through the Zip app and make purchases, or you can link existing purchases to it. And in each case, it's buy now, pay later. And they promise 4 interest-free installments. So if I look at this rental car that I had for $153.04, they would split that into 4 equal amounts. The first of which I pay today, so it's kind of like a down payment, and then 2 weeks from now, I pay the next one, 2 weeks later, the next one, and then 2 weeks later, the next one, and I've paid it off interest-free. So the obvious question here is, what's the catch? How do they make money on this? Because nobody loans money for nothing. Because this is entirely new industry, it is a free-for-all in business practices. Every company is creating their own program to try and make it stick. So every company has a little different kind of payment program or fee program or something that's not common yet, but it will become more common as the companies begin to shake out. So here's an example. So Chase is my bank, and they're a reputable big bank. The fact that they're getting into this shows they're concerned about the competition, and they don't want you to send your money somewhere else. They want it. Well, if I look at these easy payments with no interest, those little fees, even 49 cents on a $153 purchase, that equals 5.7% interest. That's a loan rate. Okay, 6 payments is 7.5% interest. And if I keep their money for 9 payments, they want more than that, so it's 8.6% interest. Okay, and that's just on one item. If I had multiple purchases that I did, all of my purchases over $100 last month, that could really add up pretty quickly. Another way that these companies make money is that the seller pays a fee for their service in order to link it. Because the seller is trying to sell product, and if they can get you to buy their product because you can extend it over time, then it's kind of a win-win for them. So we look at our chart of 6 steps from purchase to payment, and again, the 4 in the middle are the financial or other institutions that are making money from the transaction flow that would not happen if I paid cash. And so if Target, for example, has a relationship with Klarna, what Klarna wants to do is fill in this gap here and eliminate my bank and its relationship with, say, Starbucks, if I was using a Starbucks card to do it, or some other affinity card. So you can expect to see more of this from now on. More things at the point of sale, either at the checkout or in the store. And of course, now that I'm looking for it, I see it. For example, this week I bought a book at Christian Book zip.com, and there it is right there on the shopping cart. PayPal, pay in 4 interest-free payments on qualifying purchases. Now in their case, qualifying purchases were more than $100 but less than a certain amount. I don't know what the details are. So who's the target customer of a service like this? Well, obviously there's the unfamiliar person, a person who doesn't know how it works. They see that I was going to pay it off anyway, but now I can pay it off over time. No interest, why not do it? Okay, so somebody who's unfamiliar. Might also be beneficial for somebody who has little or no credit. Like if you don't have a credit card, which comes with say a 30 or 45-day grace period, but you don't have a credit card, or you have a credit card you're paying interest on, then a zero interest loan, even a short one, can seem like an appealing thing. Are there risks? Well, absolutely. There's lots of risks. Remember, the goal here is to make money for these companies. So wherever there's a place to make money, then somebody's got to be giving that money. So there are risks. Here's one example. With Zip, they don't charge any interest, but if I have an active Zip account at the end of any given month, they charge me an $8 account fee. That's a lot of money just to have a small loan. Also, it could be late fees. With Zip, if I miss a payment by a single day, it's a $10 fee. Wait a few days later, it's another $7. The late fees can add up to 25% of the purchase price. And then I've got the monthly fees as well. So if I'm late on my payments and I pay this over 6 weeks, I'm looking at $207 for that $153 purchase. Over the course of a year, that's 300% interest. That sure makes a 30% interest card almost look like a bargain. There's also hidden interest. So Affirm, I believe, is the largest player in this market from my research, and their interest-free plan is 3 months. But I could lower my payments by going 6 or even 12 months. But notice that the total cost is higher because there is an interest rate for those loans. Another risk is overextending. These companies allow you to have multiple open loans in their little program. So with Zip, for example, I could have 10 purchases. So I could buy something today and put it on Zip, and buy it tomorrow and put it on Zip, and buy it the next day and put it on Zip, and have 10 of these going at a time. So I'm paying an $8 monthly fee for all of them together, but also I run the risk of multiple late fees on those. Finally, there can be a negative credit impact. Many of these companies do not improve your credit rating by using them successfully, but they sure can hinder it if you are late. So what's my evaluation on this? Well, from a positive perspective, this is a revolutionary new financial concept, and I applaud that. It's good. It's good to see companies trying new things and developing new products, and that can be helpful for us as they do so. But as a consumer, you should be very wary of this because the risks are high and the benefits are very, very low. Extending payments just for a couple of weeks with these kind of risks is it's definitely skewed on the risk side. The best practice is always save up before the purchases. You will actually enjoy your purchases a lot more if you save for them in advance. Thanks for watching.